It's your boy, Daniel Ehrenberg. We're recording an episode. It's episode 63, right?
64.
64! Check it out, the franchise. Welcome. I am your master of ceremonies, and here is my co-host.
Hello, it's Henry from Folly, down on the GSP by the lovely Jersey Shore.
Oh,
welcome.
Hey, did you watch the Jersey Shore reunion?
I didn't. I don't have to. I live it every day.
Oh, okay.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't. I've never seen an episode of the Jersey Shore, but I'm familiar enough with it. Snooki was on The Celebrity Apprentice. I watched that. I saw Mike the Situation Sorrentino on Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars, a season of that. That was great.
Yeah.
I'm not that in. You know, I don't really know a lot about the other ones. I know there's one called DJ Pauly D. I know there's one called Sammy Sweetheart.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Well versed.
I think there's one called Vinny.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
I know that the women call the girls they want to bang gorillas. I mean, women call the dudes they want to bang gorillas. And I know that something they like to do is GTL. And that is go to the gym, go tanning, do a laundry.
Wow. Yes, another example of the wonderful culture of Italian Americans.
You don't have to think about it, dude. Did you know that most of the cast of Jersey Shore is secretly from Long Island?
Really?
Yep, that's true.
I thought you were going to say they're secretly not Italian. So
well,
I could be happy with that or something. Yeah.
No, I think most of them are Italian, unfortunately for you.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, not a lot of Jewish Jersey Shore cast members. I wouldn't think.
But there are quite a lot of Jewish people down here, but I guess they just didn't want to participate. I don't know.
That'd be great. Sammy Sweetstein.
Schnuckenberg.
Yeah. Schnook.
Schmuck.
Yeah, they call it Schnook.
Yeah.
Hey.
What do you want?
Yeah.
What are we doing today? Resident Evil?
Yeah, GTL, Gym Temple Laundry.
Locks.
Yeah, Gym Temple.
Gefilte fish, temple locks.
Ooh, what a start to the episode.
Yeah.
We're firing on all cylinders.
I like it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
The Jersey Shore.
The Jersey Shore.
Yeah. You didn't watch it when it was on, Hank?
No.
No?
I don't
Your ex-girlfriend never made you?
I don't think so. No, I didn't watch it.
I feel like I've been with a few girls with an episode of Jersey Shore on in the background.
Oh, that might have happened.
Yeah.
But I probably tuned it out or don't remember it. Yeah. There were several reality shows that were on in those situations.
I certainly remember encountering the Hills a couple times in my travels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember a lot of those chef shows.
Oh, sure. Well, I watch a couple of those. I watch Top Chef every ep.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Henry, please pack your knives and go.
Is that Gordon Ramsay, right?
No, that's what Padma Lakshmi says at the end of Top Chef. It's like her version of "The Tribe Has Spoken."
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah.
Heidi Klum on Project Runway says, "Auf Wiedersehen."
Jeez. Yeah, those very humanitarian reality shows. Love them.
What do you want them to be? You want them?
Nothing. That's what they are. They're gladiatorial arenas, so they should be that.
That's right.
You signed up for it, you take the consequences.
That's how I feel. I'm watching the rape season of Bachelor in Paradise right now. I'm really enjoying it.
I love how that sentence followed me saying, "You take the consequences."
Well, I don't. It's not that bad because
good thing the FCC doesn't listen to us.
I don't know. There's some question as to whether it was a rape. Where I'm learning a lot about it every week on ABC.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hey, let's talk about Resident Evil.
Let's do Resi 3 and 4.
Okay. Now, I'm going to set it up right now, Henry. We're at the height of my enjoyment of the Resident Evil franchise.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you'll feel the same, but 3 and 4, those are my babies.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I really won't be able to answer that till we're finished, I don't think.
What, till you give your rating or what have you?
No, till I see 5 and 6.
Well, I haven't seen 6.
Oh, right, okay.
I just remember 5 I enjoyed quite a bit, still excellent, but 3 and 4 were the height. So
Okay.
we'll start with Resident Evil Extinction, which is the one you might recall that I skipped.
Okay.
Resident Evil Apocalypse, we covered last week, not that good.
I agree, yes.
So I skipped Extinction. Then one fine summer day, I was playing baseball with a couple of friends of mine named Henry Papali and Casey Levinson.
Oh, okay.
And
right.
Casey had to go tend to his children or something.
Yeah.
And Henry had work.
Okay.
And so what's Daniel to do with his day? I'll tell you what he's to do. He's to go all the way to the east side.
Oh, wow.
And find the theater playing. I went to that theater that's right by Dangerfields. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. You had to go all the way there to find this?
Yep.
Huh.
Went to go see Resident Evil 4. What's it called? Afterlife.
Afterlife.
Yeah. And sat there alone with my... Yeah. I was dirty from baseball, sweaty.
Right.
I think I bought a Gatorade or something.
Mm-hmm.
I popped on 3D glasses.
Oh, right.
Over my regular glasses. Sat there by myself in a near empty theater. And enjoyed myself some Resident Evil Afterlife.
That sounds actually like a great time, to be perfectly honest.
It was lovely. It was a little sad, but also lovely.
Right.
And I gotta tell you, I loved it, but these movies are getting complicated. So I kind of didn't know what the hell was going on.
Oh, yes.
I was Allie Larder's in this? Why does she have amnesia? Why are we in Alaska? What's going on?
Yeah, that would be confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was confused, and I actually, when Afterlife, which is the, okay, no, wait, 3 is when she wakes up, when Mila Jovovich wakes up again with
back in the mansion.
Yeah, I thought I put the wrong DVD in at first.
Yeah, it gets you. It really does.
I was actually like, wait, did I fuck this up? And then I was like, no, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, it's confusing.
No, you've never made the wrong decision by putting in a DVD of Resident Evil Extinction. I'll say that right now.
No matter what it is.
No. Yeah. So after I saw Resident Evil Afterlife, I was like, well, I got to check out this Extinction. So I did. Watched it, loved every second of it. And that's how I became a Resident Evil fan, really.
Oh, okay.
I was a cash enjoyer until that day.
You weren't hooked.
No, this hooked me.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. Resident Evil, we have a new director, Henry.
We have a Highlander.
There can only be one. And that one is Paul W.S. Anderson. But for now, we're dealing with Russell Mulcahy, the director of Highlander, as well as Highlander 2, The Quickening.
2 movies still unseen by me.
We'll cover them. Real soon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I actually think he is a Highlander. Is he not from Scotland?
I believe he is.
Yeah.
He is, I think, a talented for hire guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does have a little bit of a style.
I don't know. We delve into this. I'll say right off the bat, I did like it. It's a big improvement on Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really Mad Maxy.
Oh, well, okay.
My lord.
Well,
my lord. I mean, we're not even trying to not say that it's like that. I mean,
that's a little bit the elephant in the room here, all right?
Yeah.
It's Resident Evil does Mad Max. That's all it is. Alice is Mad Max.
Right. Like, same wardrobe, everybody. We're all looking for gasoline. We're in the desert. And yeah.
It's post-apocalypse. It's desert. It's gasoline. It's weird tribes of randos. It's
mutants, mutant-y people.
Sure, rape and incest, and you know, it's great.
And a lot of toothless people.
Yeah,
so
no one's saying this is a unique, innovative film.
Yeah.
But it's a hell of a lot of fun.
You do have Charlie Clouser of Nine Inch Nails doing the music.
Sure. Charlie Clouser does do the music. It's weird to get someone from Nine Inch Nails because, I mean, Nine Inch Nails is really just a live band. In studio, they're just Trent.
Yeah,
so, Charlie Clouser's just their live guitarist.
And now, of course, Reznor's made quite a name for himself being a really great soundtrack writer. So for Fincher.
That's right. Yeah.
So
I wish Resident Evil Extinction just had the Social Network score. It'd be a more somber film.
That would be very interesting. Yeah, I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
It would be very jarring. Yeah.
It would. Have you seen any Russell Mulcahy films?
Ooh, let me pull them up.
I've got them right here. He did Highlander, Highlander 2. I think the film that most feels like a Russell Mulcahy film, and I think you can feel it when you watch this, is Ricochet, the Denzel movie.
Oh, wow. I saw that once, like a billion years ago, man, so I don't remember it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He did Blue Ice, which I've never seen. He did The Real McCoy, which I saw when it came out.
Never saw it.
He did the terrible superhero movie, The Shadow.
He did that? Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a disaster.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theater.
Me too. Henry, what evil lies in the hearts of men?
Only the Shadow knows.
Oh, man. I want to know. And then after that, a lot of stuff I'm not really familiar with. And he's done a lot of TV.
I see that.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say, besides The Shadow and this, I've never seen anything this man has done.
We might someday. He did do one of those straight-to-DVD Scorpion King sequels. Maybe we'll get to those.
Oh, all right.
And lately, he's been directing almost every ep, or at least a lot of the episodes of that Teen Wolf TV show.
I bet that's good.
I watched the first episode, Henry.
Yeah, how was that?
It was real weird. It's not trying to be fun at all. It's remember Teen Wolf? What if he was sexy and dark?
Okay. I remember Teen Wolf, and I remember Teen Wolf 2.
T.O.O.
With Jason Bateman.
Yeah, Teen Wolf as well. That's a good movie.
Yeah. So, all right. So this guy's been a working director. He's not some one-off who had employment and then was unemployed.
No. They got a real guy. They saw Alexander Witt screwed the pooch on that second one. They were like, let's get Highlander.
Yeah, fucking A.
Yeah.
Want to give me some stats on this baby?
Yep. WS is still writing, just for the record.
Right.
This movie was released September 20th, 2007. One of the great movie years, this movie being no exception. Do you want to... How about the our top 10 movies of 2007?
Oh, all right. You're going to do the budget and all that later?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, sure. Top 10 of 2007. Possibly the best year of that decade, but that's tough to say. Yeah, sure. I have my list here, and I guess it was another one of those examples where I felt the need to write down 2 honorable mentions in there. So okay. I'll get those out of the way. The one honorable mention there was The Mist.
Okay.
Yeah, and Eastern Promises.
Ooh, yeah, what a great year. Eastern Promises would be on my list almost any other year.
It probably should have. Well, once you hear my list, you'll be like, "Yeah, it should have been on there."
I feel good about my list. Still.
I do too. I'm not changing anything, but
and I cheated. I have 2 movies in one number.
I didn't remember us allowing that.
I don't think we should have. I have a note here that I wrote on this year. I know I'm cheating, but I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, then, fine. My honorable mentions are in my 10.
Okay.
No, whatever. All right.
We'll cram stuff them in there.
Yeah. All right. Number 10, I have Into the Wild.
A fine film, not on my list.
All right.
I have The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Mm-hmm. Excellent film.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, I have Knocked Up.
A great movie. I have the documentary The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters.
I never saw that.
I love it.
My number 8, and one of your favorite films ever, Michael Clayton.
Oh, yeah, not a fan. That was like the only movie that year that like people were super into that I did not care about.
Yeah.
My number 8 is Once.
The movie that you've been still pushing me to see 10 years on. And
I really stand by that. That movie's great.
Yeah. I did have to listen to the soundtrack ad nauseum at our store, though.
I think that's what's putting you off.
You could be right.
Yeah.
Number 7, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Very nice. My number 7 is the Affleck joint, Gone Baby Gone.
That is number 6 for me.
My number 6 is your honorable mention, The Mist.
Ooh.
Henry.
Yeah.
I've got to tell you, I've been watching The Mist TV show.
I gave it 1 episode.
Did you?
Yeah, I gave it 1 episode. Couldn't do it.
How bad is it?
It's very, very, very bad.
I'm 9 episodes deep. Man, that thing's hard to get through every week.
I'm impressed that you got that far.
I love the movie. That's how much I love that movie.
Well, that's how. I mean, I gave it 1. I don't even usually do that. But
yeah, it's true.
It's terrible. What network is that?
Spike.
That might account for some of it. But,
man.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It is brutal.
Are you going to continue with it?
Well, I only have 1 more episode.
Oh, it's 10 episodes?
Yeah.
All right. Number 5. They didn't make a TV show out of this. Rescue Dawn.
Great movie, not on my list.
Yeah.
My number 5 is the Coen Brothers' No Country for Old Men.
Number 5?
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
That's what a good year it is.
Yep. My number 4 is Before the Devil Knows You're Dead.
Another great movie, not on my list.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, yeah.
My number 4 is the one I cheated on. I got 2 movies.
Okay, at number 4.
Yeah.
What a weird. Okay.
I threw in Knocked Up and Superbad.
Oh, yeah, the combo. I had to leave Superbad off there. Yeah, yeah. Number 3 for me.
It was just recently the 10-year anniversary of those movies.
That's the 10-year anniversary for all these movies.
That's true, but I saw Seth Rogen tweeting a lot about it, like you know, because that was his big year.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Number 3, No Country for Old Men.
My number 3 is David Fincher's Zodiac.
That is my number 2.
Mm-hmm. My number 2, Henry, won't be on your list.
Oh, Lord.
Yep.
Oh, God. Our first argument.
Yeah. My number 2 is Todd Haynes' Bob Dylan discussion, I'm Not There.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, what do you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say Juno.
Oh, no, I like Juno, but it's not on my list.
Okay. All right. No, I never saw I'm Not There. Yeah. Okay. And I never will. So you put that ahead of, wow, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. Okay. And we both know that our number 1 is the same.
Oh, of course it is Paul W.S. Anderson. No, Paul Thomas Anderson's There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
One of the best movies ever made.
Ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I saw that twice in the theater.
I did too, but I saw it twice in theaters because I was super tired the first time I saw it, and I didn't feel like I took it in all the way.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it deserves it anyway. So
yeah. I remember I was hungover and didn't get a lot of sleep, and went to go see it. I snuck into it like right after going to see Tim Burton's Sweeney Todd.
Wait a second, I did this. Jan and me, Jan of our Indiana Jones and the Kingdom and the Crystal Skull episode.
Mm-hmm.
I saw There Will Be Blood first myself, and then Jan and me saw Sweeney Todd, and then snuck into There Will Be Blood.
Very nice. No, I saw it with my girlfriend at the time, Liz, and my friend Gallagher.
How weird is that we with Sweeney Todd we needed a palate cleanser or something, or what?
No, I genuinely wanted to see both. I was a fan of the musical Sweeney Todd for years.
I was not, yeah.
And Tim Burton, you know, he'd just made Big Fish a couple years earlier, so I was back on the Burton train.
No, that was the last Burton film I liked, was Big Fish.
Not me anymore. I feel like Burton makes a lot of bullshit, but every so often he does make some good stuff.
I can't think of the last one I liked.
I enjoyed Big Eyes with Amy Adams.
I didn't see that.
Mm. Yeah. Anytime he pops the word big in a title, it works out.
Yeah.
Steer clear, though. I mean, it's not that it was terrible, but I did watch his last movie, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch. And it was bad?
Not bad, but weird. It's funny, he puts Eva Green in all his movies now, and it's like, well, I'm divorced from Helena Bonham Carter. I can't use her.
True. Yeah.
Like all the parts that she would normally get, now Eva Green gets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's his new muse. Yeah.
I guess.
She's into that stuff, though, right? Because she's in that TV show about
Penny Dreadful.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, she likes gothy bullshit.
Right. I actually watched an episode of that.
Me too. I watched the first episode of it.
Me too, and then stopped.
Me too.
I wanted to see what all the fuss was about.
Well, no, I saw it like straight off the bat because when it first premiered, I think the creator of it's someone I like, and Eva Green is fine and hot, and I like Josh Hartnett more than most people. And what's your beef with Josh Hartnett?
What's your usual saying? A human charisma vacuum.
Get out of here! Clearly, you haven't seen his great turn as Zeke in The Faculty.
I have, and I don't care.
I love him. Joshy Hartz.
Ugh. Yeah.
What else was he in?
What a dope.
What's he famous for?
Who fucking knows?
No,
man.
Come on, seriously. Like
he's always just clunking around everything all the time.
Wait, isn't he Jamie Lee's son in Halloween 7?
Oh, I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's a Strode boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's Bone Zone and Michelle Williams all around that movie.
Ugh. H2O.
H20.
I've always called it H2O.
That's because the ads did. And I remember the filmmaker behind that movie being mad at me.
Hey, buddy, don't get mad at the audience for reading, water into what you're doing. Looking at it as an element.
Resident Evil Extinction. What were you about to say?
Is water an element?
Earth, wind, fire, air. I don't believe so.
All right, well, I just made it one. All right.
Maybe it is.
I don't know. How much did this movie make, man?
I'll tell you what. On a budget of $45 million, Resident Evil Extinction made $147.7 million.
Okay. How much of that was overseas?
I'll tell you what. Domestically, Resident Evil Extinction came in at number 51 for the year with $50 million.
Another one where it domestically just cleared the budget.
That's right, and made $100 million basically overseas.
Wow.
That year it came in at the box office right between music and lyrics.
Ooh. That's that Drew Barrymore stuff, right?
Yep, watchable, Henry, watchable.
Okay.
And Atonement.
I actually liked Atonement.
I was okay with it, but it was one of the few movies that I guessed the ending way ahead of time, and I'm really bad at that, so I judged it a little bit.
Oh, okay. I don't remember fucking anything.
There's a twist
movie.
ending that I guessed.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Joe Wright? After Atonement, like, that was the year. Atonement was, like, nominated for Oscars next to, like, There Will Be Blood and No Country and shit.
That's
like,
right.
What happened to that guy?
I don't know.
People loved him.
Joe Wright.
I know what it must have been his career got murdered, because I remember his follow-up to Atonement was The Soloist.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Still on record as being the trailer I probably saw most in
right?
ever.
That The Soloist was in front of every movie for like 6 months.
Oh, let me tell you something. I got him up right now. He did a very good movie called Hannah in 2011, which I liked.
I skipped that movie, and, because I was just waiting for them to make an X-23 movie, which they finally did.
Good move.
Yeah.
No, I liked Hannah. Hannah was good. He did Anna Karenina. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I skipped that.
He did Pan.
Oh, that was an embarrassment.
But he did direct one episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah, I don't
so
watch that.
He's still. Yeah, I don't get that, but yeah, he's still on the radar. Apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's did a movie. He's coming out this year called Darkest Hour, about Winston Churchill.
Ooh.
With Gary Oldman and Ben Mendelsohn. Huh.
I'll just watch The Crown instead.
I watched that for an episode.
Really? I kind of want to watch it because it's the only show this season nominated for Best Drama Emmy that I don't watch.
You know what? I actually thought it was good. I watched one episode. I thought it was good, but I think I was watching other stuff that I knew that I wouldn't be interested enough in the subject matter to continue, so I stopped.
At one point this week, I was trying to decide whether to watch The Crown or Ozark on Netflix.
Oh, you got to go Ozark there, man.
I skipped them both.
Yeah.
I watched Certain Women, Kelly Reichardt.
Right.
Yeah.
I will check that out now, by the way.
Great movie.
Yeah, all right, I'm going to put that on my queue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
How about...
Give us the plot here?
Oh.
I beat you to it.
You did. All right. We're back in the mansion. What?
Yeah.
Alice is waking up. She, breaks through a wall. All of a sudden, we're back in Laser Hallway. All right,
yeah.
So I'm pumped.
She's not the only one.
That.
She's not the only one who's disoriented, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The grid pattern comes in the Laser Hallway. She manages to dodge it by going into an air duct.
Mm-hmm.
And then she runs into some zombs.
Mm-hmm.
And she kills those bad boys, and then she dies. And it seems to be some kind of umbrella corporation facility, and they take Alice's body and dump her onto a giant pile of dead Alice's.
Yeah.
What a way to start your movie.
Yeah, a little bit of alien resurrection going on here, trying to clone the blood of somebody.
I agree. It's very Alien Resurrection, and there's even a little Alien Resurrection in Resident Evil Afterlife, which we'll get to. But it's so much better.
Oh yes, no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm loving the beginning of this movie. And that action sequence, even without the fun twist at the end, is really good because it's a lot of booby traps. It's sort of like Indiana Jones, but with tech stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about this opening?
I liked it. I liked it. I figured something was up when she was killed by the bullets or the mine or whatever the hell it was. Because also I figured something was up just from this. I was kind of nerding on it a little bit, thinking, okay, so wait a minute, this Alice can dodge the laser hallway grid, but she can't anticipate some bullets triggered by her feet like a mine. So I was like, this ain't Alice. Something's up.
That's right, because Umbrella's trying to rebuild the Alice project, but Alice has gone rogue, so they don't have her to work off of. Right?
Yeah, which was a little confusing as well, because I thought that they had her under their control, so that was, which will come into play later, but that confused me too. Yeah.
They do have her under their control, but she was broken out of the facility in the last movie by Oded Fair and Mike Epps and Jill Valentine.
Right. Yeah, so she gets out of there, and then we get into Mad Max.
Sure. So we find our Alice, and she's dressed in, post-apocalypse garb. And she's wearing like a brown jacket, and her hair's fucked up, and it's a less glamorous Alice. She's not wearing that sexy red dress anymore.
No.
Yeah. So
she's got the guns and the holsters and using. Is this where she's using quarters for shotgun blasts?
Oh, that's in the next one.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They really could have just made this a 3-hour movie instead of 2 90s. But
this is why it's great. They're 90 minutes. These movies, right. They float right by you, and they all end on cliffhangers.
They're easy to get. Yes, for sure.
All right, so Alice, she finds in a weird incest rape tribe of. It's like a family that wants to like bone each other and rape her, and it's very strange. It reminded me of that X-Files episode Home. You know what I'm talking about?
I sure do.
Yeah, man. Right?
Yeah, I don't. But I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah. Yeah.
It's the best episode.
It's a trope that's... Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. That's a bold statement from you, given that there's, 3,000 episodes of that show?
200. Well, 206 after the most recent excursion.
Okay. Or are there? Yeah.
So.
All right. So they dump her into a pit of dogs. I like that sequence. She figures a way out of that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it. We get to see her fight dogs again.
Again. Yeah. But in a different environment, so it's a little different.
Sure.
Yeah. Not that different, but then we get onto this convoy of stragglers and this convoy community led by Ali Larter.
Sure, new character Claire Redfield. She's a big video game character.
Yeah.
Do you have any feelings on Ali Larter in general?
Not really. I liked her more in Afterlife. I thought she was kind of bland in this one. That might have been the writing, but she's sort of kind of vying. It seems like, I don't know, I'm not really given much explanation as to why they would follow her as opposed to any other member of that group.
I think she's the leader.
Yeah, I know she is, but I don't know how or what. But I liked her in Afterlife a lot more. I thought she was kind of really kick ass in that. I thought she was really good in that, but not really. I mean, what do you think about Ali Larter?
I've always liked her. She's been in some things I've enjoyed over the years. I liked her in the Final Destination movies, and I
only saw the first one.
She's in that. Yeah. She's got the classic whipped cream bikini scene in Varsity Blues.
Never saw that.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
That's an amazing movie, Henry.
Really?
Yeah, Varsity Blues.
Isn't that with our friend Jeremy Piven?
No. What do you think I'm talking
about?
No,
what am I? I'm thinking of. I know what you're talking about. But you know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of the movie I did see with David Spade.
Oh, God.
That college movie.
Oh, PCU?
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie too.
Yeah, that's way before Varsity Blues.
No, Varsity Blues is of course the classic two-hander with James Van Der Beek and John Voight. It's true.
Okay.
Then we've got what else? Ali Larder. She was in Heroes, which I enjoyed for a few years there, and
Okay.
she was Obsessed. Henry, I saw that in theaters.
Oh boy.
Obsessed.
Yeah, I skipped that one. That was the interracial infidelity romance, right?
I loved it. It was Idris Elba and Beyonce are married.
Right.
And then Ali Larder starts working at Idris Elba's place of work.
Uh-oh.
And she makes it known she wants that sweet tea.
Yeah.
And shit takes off from there. Check it out, gang.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Disclosure, I guess. Or like Indecent Propose.
Real Fatal Attraction, probably more.
Yeah. It's good. It is a Fatal Attraction. At the end, there's a great fight scene between Ali Larder and Beyonce.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay. Yeah. I'll probably pass. I don't know.
You're making all kinds of mistakes today.
By passing on these movies?
Yep.
Sorry.
It's okay. Who else is in this convoy? We get returning players Mike Epps and Oded Fear. We get great R&B singer Ashanti.
Why is she in this? I mean, she's just dead.
Yeah.
She's just dead. Mm-hmm. I mean, what a part.
I know. She wasn't on time that day.
Now, this is where your pop culture references are going over the old man's head.
Oh, yeah?
One of her songs?
Well, Ja Rule featuring Ashanti, sure.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
My old band, the Doldrums, used to cover that song.
Oh, boy. Yeah, she's dead. That's all I can say about that character. I thought she'd be around more.
Is she the one that infects Mike Epps?
No, a zombie infects Mike Epps.
Oh, but doesn't she become a zombie?
No, she sacrifices herself to...
that's right.
Yeah, she closes the school bus doors and...
Yeah, and then we get a great funeral scene, Ashanti's funeral.
Yeah, I didn't really even from a plot perspective understand why she sacrificed herself, because she really sacrificed herself for nothing. She just closes...
She had to go on tour.
Probably. That's probably what it was, because the school bus just gets taken down anyway, and there's still a billion zombies out there.
Yeah.
Which then leads to probably the most impressive scene in the movie, right? The crows.
Oh, sure, zombirds.
Yeah. A murder of crows.
Oh, that's great.
Well, it's true. They show up.
How did that line not make it into the movie?
I don't think they were probably educated enough to know that that's what was...
Maybe not.
Yeah. Nobody thought to say, hey, that's a murder of crows. Although, not to impugn Paul W.S. Anderson's intelligence, because, he's a Brit.
Does that make him smart automatically?
Yeah. Of course.
Carl Pilkington's British, right?
Yeah. You could just picture, Anderson on the set and just be like...
Oh, Anderson wasn't on this set.
Yeah, right.
He wrote this movie, but he chose not to direct it because he was doing the Death Race remake at the time. Ooh. Which I don't think turned out well.
I wish he would have been on this set. Yeah. Because he could have made this better. Sorry.
Really? I think Russell Mulcahy does a fine job with it.
It's serviceable, but there were some set pieces that I thought were so impressive, and then were kind of a letdown, especially that Vegas chapter. I thought more could have been done with that, and we sort of get a little chase on the Eiffel Tower. And,
yeah. I think part of that's the budget, though, man.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, it's not a big budget for this type of movie. That's true. Yeah.
So, you want to talk about the zombie crows?
Oh, they were very cool. It was a lot Hitchcock the Birds going on there. One shows up, then another, then another, then another, and they are zombified crows who've been ingesting infected people, and they just do a full-on attack. For a second, I thought they were like controlled by the Umbrella Corporation, maybe, but they were not. They were just being crows, and and then that's when we get the meetup. It's a pivotal sequence because then we get the meetup between Alice, who saves the day with her telekinetic powers.
Yeah, that's new in this movie.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out, but that's all right. I'm not bothered by it because that's how these movies are. Not really getting it.
Latent telekinetic powers, and every time she uses them, she collapses and cries.
Like most telekinetics, she's drained by their usage.
But I will say, if they really wanted to make it like super cliche, she'd be nosebleeding.
Oh yeah, missing the nosebleed.
Yeah,
maybe they stopped it at that. Maybe they did it and then CGI'd it out. You know, some fan in the press screening was like, guys, come on, man. Who are the ones that have the nosebleed? It's just pretty much everybody, right? I'm thinking of X-Men, but I don't think.
Oh, it's any time you see something like that. Anytime someone moves something with their mind, it's nosebleed time.
They should just stop calling them telekinetics. Just the nosebleeders.
That'd be a great movie.
Yeah,
about a school of telekinetics, and you call it the nosebleeders.
Blumhouse can make that one.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be like the Warriors or something. The nosebleeders.
Yeah. Nosebleeders, come out and play.
Oh, you got a pop culture reference from 1978 in you.
Well, I would.
Yeah. All right. Then there's some super zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like zombies, but they're more. I think they refine this idea in the fourth one.
Yeah, they have these squid-like abilities.
That's
correct?
In the fourth one. They don't have that in the third.
Oh God, yeah. I'm sorry. It's hard to keep track. Yeah. Okay, so they're super in that they think a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because they got that sequence where Ian Glenn is
Dr. Isaacs.
Sorry, yeah, Dr. Isaacs has him in a domesticated environment, and he's trying to.
Oh yeah. He Day of the Dead's them.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, he's trying to teach them basic space relations and stuff like that.
Right. And then it's going all right, and then Zombie get mad when Zombie can't fit square into circle.
That's right. See, he's trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It's like a metaphor for the entire project.
Yeah, I can understand his frustration. You know, it can be annoying when you can't get the last answer in a crossword or something.
I love that he's such a baddie though. Like he's with two other doctors and he just lets them die in that.
Oh yeah, kind of reminded me a little bit of Westworld. You know, like just the scientists are expendable parts of this. I like that.
Yeah,
he's a good bad guy, Ian Glenn. He's good. He hams it up.
I agree. Is this his last appearance?
I believe so.
Yeah, because he turns into a tyrant. A tyrant is a type of villain from the video game.
Okay.
He's like a boss, and so they cross-engineered some more shit and made Ian Glenn into a tyrant.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's good. We get return of the Red Queen.
Yeah, played by a plainly different little girl because they obviously couldn't use the same one.
Right, but I like that. I still like the whole idea, and I thought there was a very good Jovovich acting moment when the girl explains to her everything that's going on, and so Jovovich goes down to face the tyrant, and right before she goes in, the little girl goes, "Alice, good luck." And Jovovich kind of she doesn't say anything. She just kind of gives a, oh geez, thanks look. And it was very funny. It was good.
I liked that too, and that's where we also get the reprise of the laser hallway.
Yeah, she sort of traps him. I couldn't figure out if that. I couldn't remember. Was that like intentional that she went in there? Because I don't think that it was. She sort of fell into that. This is after she has sort of accidentally released one of her clones, correct? Who she thinks is dead.
Yeah,
remember that? Yeah. And clone saves the day because Alice is about to get shredded.
That's right.
And I thought when that happened, initially when the grid stopped right before her face, I thought she was using her telekinetic powers.
Ooh, good call.
I mean, yeah, because why not?
But you know she wasn't because she's not crying.
Yeah, she's not crying. And I want to mention, too, in this, because I think it'll be important for the next movie, we get to meet Wesker.
Yes, good call. This is a really important character. He's like the head of the Umbrella Corporation, and he's played by a real actor in this movie, and then replaced.
You beat me to it.
Yeah, and then replaced by a fake actor.
What a relief! What a relief! And a relief that you said that, and then also even more astonishing that he's just in this movie a fucking hologram. Mm-hmm. And he's miles better than when they give him an actual body.
Yeah. Yes. Well, in this movie, he's Jason O'Mara, who is a fine, I believe, British actor?
Yes, I think. Irish.
Irish, okay. I've seen him in a few things. He's very good. I don't know. What's he best known for? I liked him on the American remake of the British show Life on Mars.
Oh, okay. I don't think I ever saw him in my life.
Oh.
But I mean, he's going to come up when I do my superhero count. But,
oh, yeah?
Yeah, he was in the show Vegas.
Vegas?
Terra Nova.
Oh, Terra Nova, sure. That was a big swing that failed.
He was in Grey's Anatomy.
He was?
2 episodes playing Philip.
I don't remember that. Because it's funny that he's on Grey's Anatomy because I always think of him as the poor man's Kevin McKidd. And Kevin McKidd's on Grey's Anatomy.
And he's in that thing that everyone I know talks about, but I've never seen because I don't even have the channel, but Amazon Prime. He's in The Man in the High Castle.
Oh, yeah. I watched a little of that. It was. Okay.
I don't know this. Yeah, I don't know the guy. I don't know him, but he's good. He's good. So that's all I got to say. So Ian Glenn, Dr. Isaacs is disobeying all of the orders of cloning and capturing Alice and all that shit, much to Dr. Wesker and that panel of holograms' dismay.
Yeah.
And basically, I mean, they fight at the end. Alice wins, and her and her clones tap into Wesker, who is in Tokyo, saying that he's going to, makes an order to catch all these clones and kill Alice and all that. And she's like, because she's still Alice. Get it?
Oh, still Alice, sure.
And she has amnesia. Oh, ouch. And Alice says, "Don't bother. We're coming for you, me and my friends."
Sure, and then we zoom out of a giant warehouse. It looks exactly like the shot at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, but instead of a bunch of boxes, it's just a bunch of fucking clones of Alice.
I will one-up you there, buddy. It looks exactly like the zooming out shot of the end of The Prestige.
Oh.
Where you see all of the dead Hugh Jackmans.
Sure.
Coming
a year after The Prestige, it might have been a ripoff.
I think so. I was going to say insert your Hugh Jackman joke there. But
what, about how he's gay?
Oh, no, I just meant anything. But that one's fine. That one's fine. Yeah. We love him as Wolverine.
We love him in general. I'm a big Hugh Jackman fan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I like
Kate and Leopold.
Oh, God. What's that Ashley Judd joint
Someone
he's in?
Like You.
I saw that on
Me
television.
too.
Jesus, what was I thinking?
I'll tell you what you were thinking. Man, that Wolverine's great. Let's watch this.
See him in a rom-com.
Yeah. Why did I see Kate and Leopold?
Yeah. Oh, boy, yeah. So that's kind of it, right?
Yeah. That's it. I'll say I'm a big fan of Resident Evil Extinction. I really enjoy it. Has a very different aesthetic from the first two. There are scenes in this movie where you might expect to hear some new metal or something, but instead we're getting Inagata Davida.
I wrote that down.
Yeah.
Any movie that throws that in there has got me for at least as long as that song plays.
Okay, yeah.
And if they use the actual cut of Inagata Davida, they could have me as long as 23 minutes.
There you go.
Of course, the best usage of Inagata Davida in cinematic history is in
Manhunter. Yeah. I just watched that the other night.
Ooh, you shouldn't have, because we're going to be doing that.
No, I just it was on TV and I watched the last 15 minutes.
How good is that?
Yeah, so good.
All right.
It's just you and me now, sport. Okay.
Just you and me now, sport.
That's might be my favorite moment in motion picture history. I'm only kind of joking.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
More on that later. Yeah, I thought I'm going to tell you my star rating.
Okay.
I'm going to give it 3.
Okay.
It's a big improvement on Apocalypse. Didn't like it as much as the first one. There's a lot of bad acting to go around, but the crows sequence and the ending and despite the Mad Max ripoffs, was still engrossing as a movie, and Mila Jovovich is still kicking ass, and that is why she is my MVP.
Yeah, she's mine too.
Has she been yours for all 3 so far?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh boy,
she's great.
Yeah, no, she is. She wasn't mine in 2, I don't think, but she was in this. I do have an LVP by a mile, and it actually. That's the guy that you criticized in the last movie, and he is just god awful. Oded Fair.
I was gonna make him my LVP here. We're really on point.
Yeah, he has a great death scene.
He does. Smoking a sweet joint as he sacrifices himself.
A great death scene. If there was a better actor in that, it would have been even better.
Would have been cool, yeah.
It's got that blank slate of a face and just no expression. So, yeah, but yeah, 3 stars. Named our LVP. What are you giving this star?
4. This is my favorite of the first 3.
Okay. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I got a superhero count. It's just 2.
Okay.
That's Jason O'Mara as Wesker. He played in a ton of DC cartoons. He played Batman.
Oh, hey, how about that?
Yeah, in a bunch of them. A whole bunch. And then he is in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Plays a character named Jeffrey Mace.
I think that's after my time. I dropped Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. midway through season 3.
All right. And then the second superhero character we didn't talk about, but not much to say anyway, is the cowboy character. Remember him? The shit kicker?
No.
Yeah, the cowboy, he dies on the Eiffel Tower. He throws himself off.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he's like a sniper.
Yeah. He's played by an actor named Lyndon Ashby, and he played a commander in Iron Man 3.
How about that? Franchise crossover.
Yeah. Lyndon Ashby. Perfect name for a hick.
Yeah. He's pretty good, actually, that character.
Yeah, he is.
I remember liking him.
Yeah, he's not one of the bad actors in the movie. We can cover a lot more of that in the next movie.
Really?
But yeah, there's a lot of bad acting in Extinction, but
I think Afterlife is kind of where they figure out the cast, and there's not really anyone I don't like except for Wesker.
Yeah, it's not as bad. I didn't get into it much, but yeah, in Extinction, just a lot of those actors playing in the convoy are just real bad.
And you're still stuck with Oded Fear. You got to deal with Ashanti. I mean, it's not great. Ashanti, she ruined season 7 episode, I think 14 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and she is not good here either.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right. Resident Evil Afterlife. This is the one I saw in theaters, gang.
Yes.
I think the only. Oh no, I saw the first one in theaters. This is the only other one I saw in theaters.
All right.
Paul W.S. Anderson. He's back. He's writing and directing.
Yes. And a welcome return it is.
He has now seen an early cut of James Cameron's Avatar.
I read that.
And decided to shoot this film in 3D.
That was too bad. Yeah, that was unfortunate.
It's not super distracting.
There's enough of it to distract me. I still like the movie, but that's a big downer for me.
Yeah. I'm with you. Okay. Yeah. This film came out September 10th, 2010. They figured out September is the time to release these movies.
Yeah. Didn't work before, but it looks like when I'm looking at it, worked now.
Okay. This comes in at a higher budget of $60 million and a box office, Henry. A worldwide box office of $300 million.
Wow. Yeah.
All
biggest
right.
hit. Biggest one yet.
Yep. Huge hit.
How much is domestic? I didn't check that.
$60 million domestic.
Broke even.
Jesus.
What a phenomenon.
Yeah. The world loves Resident Evil. Resident Evil is like the soccer of movies.
There you go. That is an excellent parallel. Yeah. Americans don't give a shit, and the ones that pretend to probably would annoy me.
Who, me?
No, you don't. Yeah, are you one of those people?
What, that loves Resident Evil? Yeah.
No. That says they love soccer.
No, I went through a phase though. I
God.
used to wake up at 11 a.m. There was like a cable channel that showed English Premier League games on Saturdays, and I would wake up. I'd like set my alarm for 9 a.m. because the Sci-Fi Channel would have a rerun of Mystery Science Theater 3000, and then I would watch English Premier League soccer. That's my life for a while.
That's so funny. Yeah, no offense to any of our listeners. I'm sure there's plenty of soccer fans who are genuine, but man, would that annoy me when there'd be people around who weren't really soccer fans and just be like, "Oh yeah, I got to check out the match today between fucking Manchester," and I would like, I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
Chelsea's playing Arsenal, yo.
Right. Gotta twirl my mustache and put on my tight pants for that.
I think a lot of it has to do with the proliferation of Nick Hornby in America.
Oh, really?
I really do, because he wrote that book Fever Pitch about being a soccer fan. And that
was that the book that featured Jimmy Fallon in it?
No, it did not.
Okay. Oh, all right.
That movie's a disgrace.
Yes, it sure is. Yeah, I actually rented that with a lady at the time.
I saw in theaters, Hank.
Oh boy, and we turned it off. Yeah, I didn't get through it.
I made it. I saw it because it was a White's Brothers joint, right?
Oh.
Or no, the Farrellys. Farrellys did it.
Oh, maybe that's okay. Maybe that's why we rented it. I don't know, but we didn't get through it. So
yeah.
Oof. Anyway, so Nick Hornby. Okay.
Yeah, that's just a theory I have.
That could be true.
So it came in at number 55 in the domestic box office with $60 million, right between a couple of franchise movies that we'll cover someday. All right. Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married to T.O.O. All right. And Get Him to the Greek.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, which was sort of a pseudo-sequel to Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Right, but it was not very good.
It wasn't bad.
I saw it on Netflix, I think, yeah. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't.
You know, I forgot we can do that. Like, we can do Knocked Up, This Is 40, and Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Get Him to the Greek.
Oh, wow.
Those could be fun apps.
Yeah, I didn't think of Knocked Up.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, all right, good.
Apatow. All right. Hey, do you want to do our real quick, because I think we did it once before, our top 10 movies of 2010?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And on this one, wow, I must have liked this year too. I have 4 honorable mentions.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, I'll ram those down.
Hurry the fuck up.
I'm Still Here.
Yeah.
So, you love that movie. Solitary Man.
Yeah.
Enter the Void.
All right.
And Tiny Furniture.
Okay. All right. What's your actual top 10?
So dismissive. Number 10, The Fighter.
Oh, David O. Russell's Comeback. Mine is Noah Baumbach's Greenberg.
That is my number 9.
All right. My number 9 is I'm Still Here.
Whatever. My number 8 is, this would probably change, but The King's Speech.
Jesus.
Hey, I gave a lecture on it once. So.
I know. I was there.
On its music, actually.
Yeah.
All right, number...
Alexander Desplat?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
My number 8 is Fish Tank.
Ooh, great movie. I thought that was 2009. Okay. My number 7 is Stone.
My number... Oh, with Mila Jovovich.
That's right.
Yeah. My number 7 is Exit Through the Gift Shop.
All right. My number 6 is Dogtooth.
My number 6 is Danny Boyle's 127 Hours.
Yeah. My number 5 is Inception.
Not on my list. My number 5 is Dogtooth.
My number 4 is Exit Through the Gift Shop.
My number 4 is Lena Dunham's Tiny Furniture.
My number 3 is Black Swan.
That is also my number 3.
All right. My number 2 is 127 Hours.
My number 2 is Blue Valentine.
My number 1 of 2010 is Blue Valentine.
My number 1 is, of course, the second best film of the decade, behind There Will Be Blood, David Fincher's The Social Network.
Yeah, this list needs to be redone. It's not even... That was when I didn't like it.
Yeah, that was back when you were being a fucking jerk about The Social Network.
Yeah. All right. So, Afterlife.
Let's do it. We're starting in Tokyo, baby.
Yeah, for no real reason, that opening scene.
Oh, I'm into it, though. Yeah, it's that...
Yeah, it's cool, but it doesn't ever come back, really.
It comes back, I think, in the next movie.
And I was very confused about something. Right off the bat, I gotta get your clarification on something. Okay? Because you'll know. All right. So, something says 4 years later, right? This is 4 years after that opening of the Japanese girl biting that dude. But then Mila Jovovich says later in the movie, I was with a convoy and I lost contact with them 18 months ago. So what's going on? Is Afterlife taking place 18 months after Extinction? Or
yes.
4 years after? Or is the 4 years after they had their own completely separate T-virus outbreak in Japan?
Well, they did. There's that whole narration at one point where they show the globe and how it spread around the globe.
Okay, and they just felt the need to narrate that and then show that it's 4 years later?
Yeah.
Okay. Confusing.
We find out where Raccoon City is in Resident Evil Extinction, which I was excited about.
Yeah, that's true, right? It's is it in Detroit?
Yeah, they keep calling it the Detroit facility.
Okay. Yeah, and then they show it on the map, right? And then yeah.
Yeah.
Detroit having a tough time these recent years, so that probably makes sense.
It's true.
It's all they need is the fucking T-virus. Oh.
It's true. They probably got a lot of good hip-hop about the T-virus.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so we're in Tokyo. We see the outbreak in Tokyo. It's a real cool sequence. There's a lot of slow-mo.
Yeah, that's how you know Anderson's back.
Yeah.
Because it's cool slow-mo.
Oh, yeah.
Like
way better than your boy Zach.
Oh, God.
Zachy Snides.
He doesn't know how to do that. Yeah. They're really slow-mo sort of is an art form. You know, I mean, most people don't use it, and when it's used, it's just overused. I will say that, and I blame a couple of things here going on. the 3D, and I don't know if Anderson was if this was, I mean, it had to be his call, right? But what is with, I mean, we were full on Mad Max in the last episode, and I think you already know what I'm going to say, but we are full on in the Matrix in this one.
Well, I think Paul W.S. Anderson loves the Matrix. I felt the first movie was Matrix-y.
And I didn't.
Yeah.
But now there ain't no mistaking it in this one.
I don't know. It's odd because like we're in Tokyo and it's more of a globe hopping kind of movie. We go to Alaska, then we end up in L.A.
Yeah, I'm more talking about like some of the fight sequences, obviously, and that whole last.
A lot of wire work.
Yeah, and bullets leaving chambers and stuff like that.
Yes, Well, that's the 3D. I remember a lot of bullet 3D.
Yeah. And the terrible replacement for Jason O'Mara in the guise of the great Sean Roberts playing Wesker.
You mean playing Hugo Weaving?
Correct.
Yeah.
Got the glasses, got the diction, he's got the coat.
Yes,
he's even got that little neck twitch going on there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's still a pretty baller sequence.
It's okay. It's okay. What did you think of? Well, let's just get into the plot.
Let me just set it up. Let me just set it up right now that Resident Evil Afterlife is my favorite Resident Evil movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So more than Extinction.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I liked it. What did I write? I have to remind myself by writing. Yes, I liked it more than 3.
Okay.
Had to check my notes.
You're working on your rankings?
Yes, and I had to write down after it was, or during or after, I wrote down right away what if I liked it more, and I did. It turns out that I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm at 4.312 right now.
I'm at 1.432.
Okay. So it starts off with that killer outbreak sequence with some real good music by new regular composers, Tom and Andy.
Yes, I've seen. I didn't realize I'd seen quite a number of their movies, and they're mostly good. So these guys are cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. Just like an electronic duo or something.
Yeah, from New York, and it's a couple of dudes, and they do a lot of stuff, and they go way back though. I didn't realize they did like scores for like Killing Zoe.
Holy shit, Killing Zoe!
Yeah, and a B horror movie that I saw at Netflix called P2 with Wes Bentley, which was actually kind of good.
Oh, P2.
Yeah,
P2.
Parking standing for Parking Lot Section 2. Great title.
Oh, okay.
Real good. But I saw recently a really good movie from last year, great horror movie called The Monster. And they did the soundtrack for that. That's with that Zoe actress whose last name I always confuse with. There's a lot of Zoes right now in the world.
Are there? Who are they?
We got Zoe Kravitz. You got Zoe spelled differently, Deschanel.
Sure.
And you got Zoe, the one in this monster movie, who's from she's from Mad Men. No, what a Freudian slip. She's from Revolutionary Road.
Michael Shannon.
Who is the? God,
Kate Winslet's abortion.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
No, you know what? You'll get it now. She plays the lead actress in that new movie, The Big Sick.
Oh, Zoe Kazan, dude.
There you go. Yeah. Kazan.
Yeah.
Famous grandpa.
I enjoyed The Big Sick.
Didn't see it.
Zoe Kazan was kind of my least favorite part of it, but good movie, worth watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they did the music to that.
Okay.
And, so they're good. I like the music. It was cool in this.
Very cool. I was into it. I was feeling the music, and then after the outbreak sequence, we get Alice breaking into Umbrella Corporation headquarters, another hive under Tokyo, and holy shit, this fucking sequence.
Yeah, it's great.
It is great. It's just a bunch of Alices battling. There's zombies. There's Umbrella people. Wesker on a helicopter.
Very
what else
cool.
You got?
It's a really good sequence, and it brings us into the prison, right? It gets us into the prison. Or am I jumping ahead?
We're jumping ahead a little bit.
Oh no, that's okay. Yeah.
They blow up the Umbrella Corporation headquarters, so then we get this big sequence of buildings falling down, which is is my favorite thing that happens in movies.
That's right.
We get to see the gross suck zombies, which are insane.
The what?
What
are these?
The zombies that spit out tentacles.
The squids.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And then Alice commandeers a helicopter or a little biplane or whatever.
Yeah.
And she flies to Alaska to find that Arcadia signal that they were talking about in the last movie.
Right.
And I was also very confused by that when I saw the movie the first time.
I was too, and I watched them in order.
Yeah. So she gets to Alaska. No one's there. She finds Claire, Allie Larder, with like a piece of machinery on her chest.
Got Spider-Man's emblem on her chest.
Yeah, and it's making her fight Alice. Mm-hmm. They have a fun little fight scene. Mm-hmm. Then we get to, she calms down Claire. Claire can't remember who she is, and then they get on the biplane, fly over to Los Angeles, old Hollyweird, and and that's when we get to the prison, Walking Dead style.
Oh yeah,
and
they meet up with Last Man on Earth's Boris Kodjoe.
The great Boris Kodjoe. Who you like to say Last Man on Earth's Boris Kodjoe. I remember him primarily as the sexy bus driver from Tyler Perry's Medea's Family Reunion.
Oh, boy.
Come on, you saw that one. I made you watch it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember him.
Remember, there's a sexy bus driver with kids, and, he falls in love with the woman that's being beat up, I think, by her husband.
All I remember from that viewing is Maya Angelou, right?
Oh, yeah.
On the porch.
Reading a poem.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. No, but that's one of my favorite films of all time. No joke. And I love Boris Kodjoe in that film. They do that weird thing where his girlfriend reads like slam poetry, and he like draws a picture of her at the same time at an open mic.
Oh my!
You don't remember that?
I sure don't.
God, the things from that movie will stick with me for the rest of my life.
Oh.
So Boris Kodjoe, he's playing a famous athlete.
Yeah, basketball player.
That's sort of running the crew here. His name is Lincoln, I believe.
Oh, was it Lincoln?
Yeah.
Yeah, they kept calling him Luther. So.
Oh, that's it.
Hey, whatever, Lincoln Luther. Yeah. That was racist of you, right? Because you were thinking of Idris Elba in Luther. That's why.
No, there's no way.
I know, I'm kidding.
Okay. So there's also a British lady. There is a former Hollywood producer that has his Asian intern with him.
Yeah. Boy, that Hollywood producer, that actor does a good job of making him obnoxious.
That guy, I think he's good. That guy.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just horrible. Yeah.
And then there's a sort of a poor man's Dean Morris that's hanging around in a closed-off cell block with a dude that is behind bars. They think he's a prisoner. And that is Chris Redfield, Claire's brother. What a coincidence. And he is played by the very fine TV actor Wentworth Miller,
who I knew primarily from seeing him in, I think, one of his first roles ever in The Human Stain.
How about that? Well, his literal first on-screen role ever was obviously as Gage, the swimmer that is being turned into a monster by super steroids in Season 2, Episode 20, Go Fish of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I I was right, by the way. That was his first major role. He's primarily a TV actor. He's only got like 5 movie credits here.
Yeah, well, he was on
Maybe
Prison
6.
Break for a long time, and he still is, I guess, because they brought that show back, huh?
Right.
But he'll be big time in your superhero count, no?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. And he's a writer, too, Wentworth Miller.
Yeah, I think I saw something he wrote. Yes, I liked it very much, his movie. He wrote the movie Stoker.
Yeah. Which is like what, a horror movie?
Thriller.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a psychological thriller. It's very good.
He also wrote that YA adaptation, The Disappointments Room.
Oh, I think I turned that off.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, that's on Netflix. I believe I turned that off. That's okay.
Okay.
Stoker was great. Wentworth Miller.
So I think every one of these Resident Evil movies, up through now at least, you get like a nice ensemble cast. They're all like standalone zombie movies, but with insane amounts of serialization from movie to movie.
Right.
And it really is like watching just a season of a TV show. All of these movies.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, but I'm a sucker for the prison setting, so I was digging that.
I'm digging that too, and I think the ensemble is the best they've gotten.
I would agree. The first movie maybe rivals it, but this is a very good ensemble. Everyone in it's solid. Yeah. Which brings me to a plot point I wanted to ask you.
Oh.
I remember, not really a plot point, a setting point. When we did Friday the 13th, remember how I asked you about your opinion on going to like the woods?
Yeah.
And like lakes and all that, and how it's not my thing, and I don't get it.
Love it.
Right. I'm thinking when I'm watching the movie, it brought up a question, just a generic question of, in a lot of these movies where people have something where they're escaping something or they're trapped in a place, I'm thinking sometimes it occurs to me, you don't have it so bad. And this was one of those movies where I'm thinking, you got the whole prison complex to yourself. And it's gigantic.
Yeah, it's real big.
And it's a fortress. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking like in maybe a Larry David type of way, like, do we need to contact some other people? Or are we good? Like,
Yeah, but then zombies,
am I right?
Then zombies break into the prison with the help of the Axeman.
That's true. That's fair enough. But up until then, I feel like if I was in an apocalyptic situation and I had that kind of thing at my disposal, I'd be all right, you know?
Yeah, so it turns out... I hear you.
That's it. Just wanted to say it.
It turns out the Arcadia is a ship that's like right there.
Yes.
And
I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah, me too. And so they need to go get guns, so they have to swim. And this is where I was reminded of Alien Resurrection. It's an intense swimming scene.
Yeah.
And I love that the British girl says, like, I was a swim champ in high school. They always, anytime you have to swim in a horror movie, some random cast member turns out to have been a swim champ.
That's true. That's really true. It didn't help her much in this.
No, she gets murdered.
She dies an ignominious death. I would have thought they would have given her a little bit more of a death where you can kind of see what the hell happens. But boy, he gives her like a flash in the pan, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like she emerges from the water for like a millisecond and is just engulfed.
Yeah. The only survivor... There's good deaths in this movie. The only survivors turn out to be the Redfield siblings and Alice. And then there's a scene like later on, I guess they liked Boris Kojo, so we get to see him. Like, hey, he's alive too, over just somewhere else.
Yeah. I will say that was one of my issues with the movie. It's not really an issue, but like in this movie, I think the movie could have benefited from actually one of your favorite. Well, it's a commonly used phrase, but you use it a lot. From a heel turn.
Well, it's true. There is a heel turn, but it's by a guy we know is a fucking heel.
Right. So I think it would have helped a little bit. I don't usually need that at all. It doesn't. Oh, sometimes it's actually annoying. But like I thought the heel turn in Resident Evil, the first one, was so effective.
Man, you loved that James Purefoy.
No, but I like the heel turn.
Yeah.
And in this, it's kind of like, all right, well, it was almost just anticipation. When is this guy going to fuck everybody over?
Yeah, the heel turn in the third one is just that Mike Epps isn't telling anybody he got bit by a zombie, so he's going to turn into a zombie.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so then Bennett, the shitty guy, he steals their plane.
Yeah.
So they're about, and they get, it gets broken into by, what'd you call him? He's called the Axeman.
The Axeman. All right. Now this is, pretty much for me, the best part of any Resident Evil movie. All right.
This is where Ali Larder also really shines.
Yeah. I don't know much about the Axeman. He must be a character from the video games.
I would think so.
And they don't really explain who the fuck he is in this movie, what the point of him is. He's just this random element in the fourth Resident Evil movie, and he's just a fucking giant with the biggest goddamn axe you'll ever see.
Yeah, he's got like a Jason from the first Friday the 13th rag on his head.
Yep, the second Friday the 13th.
Okay, right, yeah, right. And he's got that like a battle axe with like it's like two-sided with like a mace on it and then like a scythe. Yeah, it's cool.
It is fucking awesome.
And you never see his face.
Never.
Yeah.
I hope he comes back in the sixth one.
Maybe he was decapitated.
I know.
Who knows? That doesn't really mean much now.
Good heavens, this character's awesome, though. And that fight with Claire and Alice fighting this Axeman.
It's great.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's good.
It's great.
And I wanted to mention, too, it's important to bring this up because we didn't bring this up. She is no longer a superpowered person.
Mm-mm.
Right. So it did bring me to question a little bit of her gymnastics. And,
you mean like when she fucking bungees off of the giant prison with two guns and starts shooting people? It is crazy.
And she's still walking up walls and doing somersaults. And Ali Larder is too. And it's kind of like, whoa, wow, all right.
I think that's what we're doing in Resident Evil 4. We're throwing caution to the wind. Let's just make an awesome fucking movie.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No one has any superpowers, but, that's okay.
Everyone's just killing it.
Yeah. So I was okay with it. But, that's a great sequence.
Guns blazing. Alice has her coin guns in this one.
Quarter shotgun.
Shooting people up with quarters. It is baller.
And you get Anderson talking about, or showing when she fires one of those rounds. Well, I like that when, Boris says to her, why do you have what are all those quarters for? And she's like, oh, it's a hobby. Mm-hmm. And then Anderson shows her fire it, and one lands like right near Boris's head, and he looks at it.
Yeah, it lodges into a wall.
Yeah, he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great movie. All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but it's very entertaining.
It's a great movie, and I mean, Mila Jovovich has never been better. And it should be noted that Paul W.S. Anderson married her between these two Resident Evil movies.
Okay, yeah, I knew they were married. I didn't know when that occurred.
Yeah. It was after Extinction, but before Afterlife. I always wondered whether the reason he directs Afterlife was they're married now, and Jovovich was like, yo, why don't you come direct this one? Hang out with me.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about Wesker? I want to get your thoughts.
Well, we're there, I guess. The Redfields and Alice make it to the Arcadia ship. It's seemingly empty, but they find Wesker.
Yeah.
And he looks a little different.
Looks a little bit different. Mm-hmm. He's a little roided up.
Oh, yeah.
And he's completely different. Let's not even mince words. I mean, he's just...
But he still is a man wearing a coat and Ray-Bans.
Yeah, but the hologram... in the hologram in 3, in Extinction, if I'm not mistaken, you never even see the guy stand up. So not only is it a testament to O'Mara's acting that he can play a sitting down hologram whose eyes you don't see, he outacts a guy who gets to do pretty much everything. And I mean, this guy is horrible.
He's real bad. He's
doing
Hugo Weaving.
And I just wasn't ready for it, though. It like kind of comes out of nowhere. Like, you got these cool characters and this really decent, really good action movie, and then you got this fucking Matrix villain just showing up, and you're just like, what's going on? I feel like somebody would have yelled cut. You know? Like one of those situations where they just would figure out, I guess it was too late to recast.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and he's such an important character. Like, I think he's in the next one too.
I was just going to ask you. I'm pretty sure I saw his name in the credits. In his credits, he's back, isn't he?
A lot of people are back in the next one, though, and not always. Like, I feel like there's a hologram flashback situation. There's a lot of like random shit in the next one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Right. Like Michelle Rodriguez is in the next one, and
she's
really? Long dead. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And also, just so I don't forget. We're sort of at the ending, but that last fight sequence we'll talk about. But, of course, for the first time here, I thought the movie was over.
Oh,
so I turned it off.
Yeah, there is our first stinger, and I'll tell you why there's a stinger. Henry,
let me tell you what happened though.
Okay.
So I turned the movie off, and I often go back and will reread the plot just to make sure I caught everything. And yeah. And so then in the plot synopsis, it said, in a mid-credits scene, Jill Valentine. And I go, whoa, god damn it. So like I went back and I put it back on, and there was no chapter for the credits, so I had to fast forward.
Yeah.
It burned me, man. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, JV is back. Go ahead. All right, so I love the fight with them and Wesker, even though the guy playing Wesker is terrible. I think Ali Larter is especially good in this sequence. Do you not agree?
I only like the sequence part of it when they free the people who we find out are all being.
Yeah, they find k-mart. We haven't talked about k-mart.
K-mart.
Every time k-mart came on screen, I said out loud, K-mart.
Yeah. Oh, what a name.
I know.
Yeah. That scene was cool when they're freeing them. The fight sequence was just too boring for me. The Matrixy aspect.
I'm not bored. I'm in. I'm loving every second of it.
But especially following right on the heels of the Axeman fight, it just didn't hold a candle.
Oh, well, nothing does.
Yeah, so
what fight holds a candle to the Axeman fight?
Well, in this series, maybe nothing. I don't know.
But even in any movie.
In any movie ever.
Yeah.
What fight sequence? Nothing.
Is the Axeman fight the best fight sequence in film history?
Hands down.
Yeah. I think it's up there.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So...
yeah, it's better than
Kmart.
Indiana Jones fighting the Nazi on the plane.
Oh, it's better than that. Yeah. Kmart. She's a little girl they find in a Kmart, right?
Right.
She's played by Spencer Locke. You might remember her. Yeah, I don't know. You probably remember her from the first 2 seasons of Cougar Town.
Thanks for jogging my memory.
No problem.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah.
Cougar Town.
Yeah, so everyone gets freed, and they're on this Arcadia, and they sort of commandeer the ship.
Yeah.
And then cut to credits, and it's a remix of the great A Perfect Circle song, The Outsider.
Maybe that's why I turned it off.
I think it's the first time we're getting a good song in the credits of these movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't stick around, clearly.
I stuck around for the great Maynard James Keenan.
Oh. Yeah. And then I was confused actually by another aspect. I guess my eyes looked away from the screen for half a second, which you kind of can't do in these movies.
Nope, lot going on.
Yeah, and again, when I was rereading the plot and I found out about the stinger, I thought that Wesker got blown up in that ship, but the plot says that he jumped out of the plane at the last second.
Oh, no, he jumps out of the plane early on in the Tokyo sequence.
No, it says it in the fucking synopsis that he gets out at the end. when Jovovich blows him up with the
well,
C4.
we certainly don't see that. That might be retroactive Wikipedia plotting after plot points of Part 5.
Good. Yeah. That's good to know. Because I was like, I really feel like I would have caught that.
Nah, he gets blowed up on that plane.
He sure does.
And real good. And then, yeah, the Jill Valentine sequence is weird because I remember seeing that the first time I saw this movie. And I didn't recognize it as Jill Valentine because she's blonde now.
I absolutely did not recognize her, and if I hadn't read that it was her, I would absolutely not have known it was her. There's no way I would have known that.
It's weird. They must have gotten Sienna Guillory like she was on the set for something else, and they just like shot her for a second.
Yeah, maybe she was like the catering or something that day. I mean, I would have never known that. Yeah. So she's back and mind controlled by umbrellas.
Boom. Resident Evil 5. What are you giving it? I mean, 4.
I'm giving it a very solid 3 stars.
I'm close to a 5. I'm giving it a 4.
Oh, it's your favorite one.
Yeah. None of these. They're not going to get a 5, but these are 2 solid 4s.
All right. All right. I have a tie on my MVP, and that's the first time we've had one for this franchise.
Okay.
Ali Larter and Wentworth Miller.
I gotta tell you,
I really like both of them.
Same here, and those are the 2 actors I was between for my MVP. As great as Mila Jovovich is, once again,
right?
I'm gonna go with Ali Larter.
Okay.
Yeah.
My LVP, needless to say, is Sean Roberts as Wesker.
Mine too.
Yeah, he sucks.
He sucks. That guy sucks.
He is terrible, and I guess we'll come back to him.
We will.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Superhero count?
Superhero count, I got 2. I got Wentworth Miller.
All right. Well, Wentworth Miller is a big superhero count for me because I've seen all his fucking superhero performances. He plays Captain Cold on many DC shows.
That's that, and he's also in a cartoon of Young Justice playing Deathstroke.
Oh, how about that? Well, yeah, Wentworth Miller, he first appeared on The Flash. And he's great on The Flash. And they have him working with Dominic Purcell, also from Prison Break, who plays... who's the guy with the fucking heat powers? Heat Stroke, Hot Zone...
I don't know any of those
whatever.
Flash villains.
Yeah, they're the Flash rogues. Meltdown, whatever. And
the Firefly of the Flash villains.
Yeah. So... he started appearing on Arrow, which I don't watch, but then they both moved over to be regulars on Legends of Tomorrow, which I think is sort of the underrated piece of the DC TV puzzle.
Oh.
And I like them both on that show a lot. So yeah, Wentworth Miller. Heat Wave, by the way, is the character. I looked it up. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's good. And then I got the guy who plays the asshole Bennett. Kim Coates, that actor.
Yeah. He sort of looks like Fisher Stevens or something.
He does. He, of course, the recurring show, as always, played a character called Agent Carter, but on the show Smallville.
Ah, he must be Canadian.
Yeah. That's all I got for soups.
All right. That's it for this week. Next week... we're covering Resident Evil Retribution.
Yeah.
And Resident Evil The Final Chapter, both written and directed by our friend Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yeah. And one thing I should do next week, which I kind of ignored for these 4, just because it didn't feel like it was necessary, because I also credit Anderson for a lot of this. I haven't talked at all about the DPs. At all.
Oh, yeah. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't know. I get so engrossed in his style, I guess. It just kind of flies by the window. But I'll make sure to make a point of that next week.
Okay, yeah. So I'll be watching one of these babies for the first time. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's cool.